Hey, Maximizers! Welcome to my life. If this is, I can't talk. If this is your first time watching me, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Crystal, aka Krista Maximizer, and I am a content coach. And I help business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales. And I have been creating content on the internet since 2018. Now, me, I started off teaching women how to coupon and how to budget and how to meal plan and how to strategically shop so they can get all the things they want, like you need, without paying full price. Well, in 2020, my clients were like, hey, Crystal, can you teach us how to start a side hustle? Can you teach us how to start a business? Can you teach us how to start a YouTube channel? Because there's a pandemic and we want to make more money. And then my business coach at the time was like, hey, Crystal, you are one of our star students. How about you come and coach my people? And I was like, okay. So in 2020, I accidentally became a business coach. Like, it wasn't my goal, it wasn't my intention, it wasn't my focus to be a business coach, but out of a need to support my clients and a need to help my business coach, I became a business coach. Hey, Tam, thank you so much for those gifts. Let me know where you're watching from. So in 2020, I started business coaching. Hey, let me know where you're watching from and do you have a business? So I started business coaching, but for 3 years, I did both. Forward facing, I was still your couponing girl. I had been on the news like over 20 times. I was helping women budget, coupon, save money, all the things. But behind the scenes, I ran my very first business coaching program. It was called YouTube Channel on a Budget. I ran Side Hustle on a Budget. Then I started a Money Makers Academy. Then I started my Side Hustle Society. I mean, I was doing so much behind the scenes, but in 2023, it all came to a head when I felt like stuck. I felt like I was not moving the needle in either one of the businesses because my time was split. And I was like, I need to pick. My life was low key falling apart. My personal life was falling apart. My business, I just felt like I wasn't there. It was a lot going on. And after 5 years, I was like, I need to figure out like my direction, my focus. And I said, I need to pick. And I had been very influenced by a book called We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rodgers. If you are a woman and you have a job, you have a business, you should read We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rodgers, okay? And in that book, she always talks about nothing bad happens when women make more money. So I decided that I wanted to be a business coach. I decided I was going to pivot away from couponing and I was going to be a business coach. And it was a great thing, but my life fell apart in 2023. And in 2024, your girl was depressed. I spent 9-10 months of 2024 being super depressed because I ended an engagement. And not only was I grieving the loss of the relationship, I was grieving the loss of like the future that I envisioned in my head with this person. And it was a lot for me. I was also grieving like the pivot in my business and dealing with imposter syndrome. So in 2024, I was being an anything business coach. I had only signed a handful of clients at that time in 2024, which was very abnormal for me. So that was also something new. I'm used to having like hundreds of clients at a time, right? And it was a lot for me. But in 2024, I said, okay, I need to get specific and I need to figure out what kind of business coach do I want to be. And I said, what have I done really well for my clients? And what have I done really well in my business? And the answer to that question was content. Now, I was a content machine. I've posted over 2,000 videos on YouTube. I've gone live over 1,000 times. I've created hundreds of videos on TikTok and Instagram. And as a result, I've been able to make like $400,000 from social media, right? From my coaching, from affiliates, from brand deals. I've been able to make over $400,000 in about 6 to 7 years of me actually making sales in my business, which is so freaking good. Sorry, my hands are ashy. So I'm going to dig for some lotion. So I was like, I'm going to be a content coach. So I made that change in 2024 and I started signing clients every single month for like 7, 8 months in a row. I was signing new clients, multiple clients because I had a focus. Well, in 2025, I was like, I need to get even more specific. I need to be very, very, very specific. And I need to create a brand new coaching program. I had stopped doing my group coaching program when I closed down my couponing program. And I was just doing one-on-one coaching, which was fine. But I said, you know what? I need a group coaching program because that's what I do best. And I decided to start a membership and I started planning for the membership in 2025. But I said, I need to be specific. And because YouTube has been my jam, I have 2 YouTube channels right now. I said, I want to be a business coach for business owners who want to specifically use YouTube to make sales in their business because that's what I did. And when I looked at the majority of my clients, they all have YouTube channels and they're making sales from it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be a business coach for business owners who want to use YouTube. And that clarity has changed my life. Tam says, I'm in the Atlanta area. Hey, hey, hey. I'm a photographer specializing in events and headshots. Ooh, I love that. How's business going? Yes, Tam. Please follow me and get on my email list. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit, but you definitely sound like an ideal client. You have a service-based business. Not great. Oh, no. Okay, tell me like the one reason why you would say it's not great. I'd love to hear more. So I made that pivot and I started my brand new membership. Okay. My membership is called the Content Cash Out Membership, and it actually starts this week. We're actually having our welcome party tonight in like an hour. So I'm excited for that. And with that being said, I created the Content Cash Out Membership for business owners who want to make more sales in their business, right? If you want to make more sales in your business, drop some money signs in the chat, right? And I created it for business owners who want to create good content. Like your desire is to be consistent. You don't want to post 3 to 5 times per day, but you want to be posting on a weekly basis so that you have a constant flow of building your audience, but also a constant flow of sales. And I know that life is expensive right now, and I wanted to create a program that was very affordable, but full of information. If you've ever been in any of my coaching programs, you know I definitely over deliver. And my membership is completely different because I teach live. Me, not a support coach, not anyone else. I teach live. I'm not just going to throw you a course and say, hey, go read the modules and text me a question and I'll respond to you. I teach live 3 times a month in this membership. Now, tonight we're going to have our welcome party. On Tuesday is our first coaching call, and we're going to have our first live workshop where I'm going to be going into detail on how you use YouTube for your business. I'm going to teach them from the rooter to the tutor how to start a YouTube channel, build a YouTube channel, and basically help them use a YouTube channel for their business. I'm going to go into the nitty-gritty detail with slides. Hey, Sebastian, can I get a shout out? No. You cannot get a shout out. Hey, Jasmine, thank you so much for joining on YouTube. And that's the first thing we're going to do, a live workshop. So like I said, a live masterclass, I should say. And that one's going to be on how to use YouTube. The second coaching call we're going to do each month is going to be planning your content. We are going to plan your content for a month at a time. The secret to consistency is planning your content for a month at a time. So we're going to go through a live workshop, and I am going to teach you and walk you through the process of planning your content for the entire month for your main social media platform. Okay. From that, you're going to be able to leave that workshop and record your content for the month and be good. Consistency is going to be there, okay? And then the last coaching call of the month is going to be a hot seat coaching Q&A session, meaning you're going to get to come on Zoom, ask me a specific question about your business, and then I am going to give you coaching. So you get one-on-one coaching in a group setting. So if Tam asks a question that Jasmine needed the answer to, Jasmine gets her answer. She didn't even ask the question. And then we get to learn from each other. In every group coaching program I've ever been, I've always learned from my clients, and my clients learn from each other. So a group coaching program is like the perfect thing. So 3 times a month, you get 3 live coaching sessions with me, and you get access to the replays. There's also a community aspect. We have a private Facebook group where you can ask me questions every single day. I'll be in there every week answering questions. And there'll be accountability and support from all the other business owners that are going to be in the group. Now, I'm the queen of a membership. My Money Saving Academy membership that I had for my couponing program, I had that for 5 years and I absolutely loved it. It was so amazing. So I said, I need to create something for my business owners, a place where they can get what they need, a business coach and a community for a super affordable price. So the Content Cash Out membership is only $99 per month. Okay. And like I said, tonight is our welcome party and Tuesday is our first call. So if you're interested in that, I love to have you on my email list, and I'd love to have you in the membership. So you can go to my website, KristaMaximizer.com, click on membership, or click on join the email list. And when you get on the email list, you'll get details about the membership. But if you were like, Crystal, this sounds great, I want to check it out, there is an info video. It's like 7 minutes long where I give you all the details of the membership. And you can go to KristaMaximizer.com right now and click on membership. Okay. And I wanted to get that out because I am in a launch. I do have a goal to get 16 members. We have 4 right now. So by the end of this month, we need 12 more people in the membership because this membership is going to be epic. And you want to get in, lock in your price, but most importantly, get the coaching that you need, right? Get the support that you need, get the accountability that you need. It's January. It's time to build your consistency habits right freaking now, which brings me to our topic for tonight. And our topic for tonight is why YouTube is the best platform for your business. And I'm going to share with you my top reasons on why you should be using YouTube for your business. Okay. Tam says, folks don't want to pay, and I can't keep doing free. I need to eat. Okay, cool. Yes. If you are a photographer, you should not be doing free anymore. If you've done enough free, you have a portfolio, you have enough events and headshots, we shouldn't be doing free. That just means that you're not marketing to the right people. People pay every day for a photographer. So that means you're just not marketing to the right people. So I'm going to give you a couple tips off the top of my head for getting some paying clients. Oh, before I say that, what is your main way for marketing to clients? How are you currently getting clients right now? Clients that are paying you, how are you getting them? Let me know in the comments. Let me know how paying clients are finding you, and then I'll give you some of my tips. Okay. But I'm going to dig into why YouTube is the best platform for your business. Okay. So, content is so powerful. You can make thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions of dollars literally from your content. And in my opinion, YouTube is the best platform for this. And Tam, I think YouTube would be absolutely excellent for you as a photographer. Okay. Now, the number one reason, in my opinion, why YouTube is the best is because it's owned by Google. Google is the main way that people are able to find businesses that they don't know about. Word of mouth pays me. Okay. So have you done any sort of online marketing at all? Or is it just referrals? Okay. And you said business is not going well. So that means it's time for us to do and add on something else besides referrals, right? Is that where you are right now, where you want to do some other marketing that's not just referrals? Google runs the show when it comes to searching for things. Most people do a quick Google search whenever they don't know something or whenever they need something, right? So I'm on social media platforms. Okay. No, I was trying to figure out like, okay, so you said folks don't want to pay and you don't want to do it for free anymore. So I'm saying you're paying clients. Are you getting people who are like, come and do my wedding or come and do my birthday party? Is that only coming from like, oh, you did my birthday party, so I refer you to my sister? That's what I was asking. I'm sorry if that wasn't making sense. You said what pays me. I'm on all social media platforms. Okay, cool. I was just trying to figure out like if there's one main channel where it's like these people are paying versus you said people are asking you to do stuff for free, or are you offering your services for free? So I'm just trying to figure out like your main marketing. So right now, referrals, and you said you are on all social media platforms. Yes. The folks that pay me, don't fight about the cost, are mostly referrals. Okay, cool. All right. So the people who are asking for stuff for free, are those the people coming from social media? So people are Google searching all the time. So because YouTube is owned by Google, your SEO, which means your search engine optimization, is higher. So when someone is doing a Google search, not only is Google going to give them a website, they also want to give them YouTube videos. So if your content is on YouTube and someone searches for photographer in Atlanta, photography tips in Atlanta, then that way those people can see your content because YouTube, well, Google is going to serve them your YouTube content. Random folks, people who see me with my shirt on. Okay, cool. So we ain't worrying about those people. We're going to work on referrals and figure out how you can use your social media. So have you gotten clients from social media, or is that more slow? So YouTube is that main search engine. So you want to be using YouTube to be a top priority on Google, because when people are Googling for something specific, you want YouTube and Google to serve your content. Also, when people go to YouTube to look for specific content, you will be high up there. Now, if your content is sitting on Instagram, YouTube is most likely not going to serve them that content because they're not going to be pulling from Instagram. They're going to be pulling from Google in general first, especially if someone is paid for Google ads and such, and then YouTube second, and then everything else third. Social media is really only helping me with exposure. I haven't booked from social media. Okay. How many years of experience do you have? How long have you been doing this? And I appreciate you sharing this. I want to be able to give you some tips for sure. And I'm going to follow you on TikTok and like look at your stuff and see what's going on here. Over 10 years. I love that. The people that interact most online aren't local, and I don't travel because I take care of mom. Okay, no, that's totally fine. No need to travel. No need to travel. I think there's a huge opportunity. So I'm going to take this time and I'm going to give some feedback to Tam. And hopefully that this will help someone else. Okay, so when I'm thinking about a photographer in Atlanta, you said you do events. Let's get some information. Specializing in events and headshots. Okay, so between events and headshots, what's your favorite type of photography to do? If you could pick one or two types of photography to do every day, all day, what would you pick? Okay. Events. Okay, cool. Give me a specific event. If you could pick a type of event, birthday, anniversary, child, newborn, family, weddings, what's your favorite? If you had to pick one. Okay. I would love to know. So the first reason why YouTube is the best platform for business is the SEO searchability. You can't beat it. There's no other platform that is going to give you the exposure like YouTube. Church, weddings, sports. Okay. All completely different. So when you say church, like, are you doing like church posters, or are you doing like the pastor wants you to come in and take pictures of the congregation to use for like the website and such? Church first. Okay, cool. Sports photography is so cool. Sports photography, in my opinion, is so freaking cool. Okay. So that's the first reason why YouTube is the best, because of the SEO searchability. Okay. The second reason why YouTube is the best platform for your business is that it's an evergreen platform. So I looked up the shelf life of content on other platforms. Oh, did I not put it on here? I didn't put it on here, but I know it a roundabout. Okay. So YouTube is an evergreen platform. What that means is the content will live for years and years. I am still making money from videos that I posted in 2019, in 2020, 2021, 2022. Okay. I am still making money from videos I posted back then. I'm still making money from videos that are relevant today in 2026, but I posted them 4 or 5 years ago. I am not making money or getting exposure from a video that I posted on TikTok or Instagram. They're not serving my content to my audience the way that YouTube is. Again, if you go onto someone's page and you watch a couponing video, how to coupon at CVS, YouTube is going to suggest to you other people's content. And even though my video may be 4 years old, the content in there is still relevant. YouTube is going to serve that. Now, if you do a TikTok search, you will get content, but it's going to show you more recent content. YouTube content lasts for years. Instagram content, I think the shelf life of an Instagram reel is like 12 to 24 hours. I think the shelf life of a TikTok video is 1 to 2 days. No platform can compete with the evergreen aspect of YouTube. They just can't. You can go and do a YouTube search, and YouTube is going to give you the most relevant content. Even if that video is from 7 years ago, they're going to give you the most relevant content. YouTube is also going to give you more suggested content, right? So if you put in that search, YouTube is just going to keep feeding that to you and giving you more people. Now, the other platforms kind of do that, but not in the same way. Now, TikTok, if you engage with a restaurant review video, you're going to get a bunch of restaurant review videos, right? You're going to get a lot of hair cutting videos if you search for hair cutting, but nothing gives you that same shelf life like YouTube. So the evergreenness of the platform is super helpful. Let's go back to Tam, excuse me. She says marketing, content, and website stuff for churches, capturing for documentation. My tag is Wednesday help visionaries and dreamers capture the manifestation of their hard work. Coaches that have events are the most of my consistent paying clients, right? But you said your favorite thing to do is churches. Cool. All right. So your business, your choice, but I would just give you a suggestion. If you were my client, the first thing I would say is pick one of these and let's go all in. I'm not saying cancel referrals. I'm not saying don't do the other ones. What I'm saying is when we're thinking about marketing, pick the one you like the most and let's market to that ideal client. If coaches are still hiring you, obviously keep taking the money. If people are coming to you for weddings, of course, keep taking that money. But if your number one thing to do is church, we need to market to churches. So how can you set up a marketing strategy to churches? Retype, helping visionaries and dreamers capture the manifestation of their hard work. Okay, perfect. So if you were my client, I would say pick one, and that's where our marketing is going to be focused on. The referrals are rolling in. We're still going to do the other work, but we are going to focus on marketing to what we like the most. So if you like doing church work the most, I would be marketing to churches. So I would be showing on my social media what it looks like to film in a church, what type of photography you're doing for a church. I would be talking about it. I would be showing behind the scenes of editing the photos for the church. I would show behind the scenes of preparing to work in the church. Does that make sense? I would go in and talk more about like the type of photography you're doing for a church, because some churches don't even know that this exists. Maybe they got somebody with a rinky-dink Android getting pictures for their website, and they want to make a brochure, they want to make a pamphlet, they want to make a booklet, and they don't have really good photos. Does that make sense? The second thing that I would tell you to do is I would tell you to start doing outreach to churches, okay? Reaching out to all the churches within the radius that you are willing to drive and let them know what your services are. I would be emailing them and I would be calling them and letting them know. You got an anniversary, you have just a regular service, baptisms, anything like that, and send them your packages and let them know, okay? All right. Now that could be a niche as well. But are people taking pictures at funerals? When I think about a funeral, I don't necessarily think about taking pictures, but I could be wrong because I'm not in that industry, right? But I just want you to think about what you said. If your favorite thing is churches, why would you do that to funeral homes and not to the churches? Right? If your favorite thing is churches, weddings, and sports in that area, I've been hired 3 times for funerals. Oh, that's cool, right? But if your number one thing to do is churches, then I would market more to the churches. Now, if they want you for the funeral that's at the church, cool. But I'm just saying this. Again, funerals have money, churches don't have money. Okay. I understood. So in my opinion, my question would be, so why not have weddings or sports be your number one? Because those people also have money. The thing is, long story short, I'm saying the riches are in the niches, right? So if you have one area and you become the expert in the area, people will start to seek you out and pay you. Make sense, right? So if churches are your favorite, but you feel like the churches aren't willing to pay you, then let's move to your next favorite, which is weddings. And you know a crap ton of people will pay high dollar for wedding photographers, right? So if weddings is your number 2, go all in and market to for weddings in your area and connect with the other vendors, right? Get a collaboration with DJs, get a collaborations with the venues in your area, get a collaboration with the caterers in your area, get a collaboration with the florists in your area, right? So maybe you do some free pictures for a florist shop, and when people come to them for floor arrangements, you are their number 1 referral for photographers, right? Where it's like you guys refer each other. And then when people come to you for photography, hey, if you haven't chosen your florist yet, go to ABC Floral. They're my favorite place. Look, this is some of the arrangements that they have. Does that make sense? So regardless of whatever niche area you pick, the riches are in the niches. And a lot of people feel like, no, I need to be able to do open and do all the things. Yes, and also your marketing should be to one area. If people come to you for other things and you want to do it, great. But narrow down your focus so when you are on social media, you have one focus versus doing 5 or 6 things. So do with that what you will. Don't have to listen to me at all. But maybe that may help you use your social media to actually get more paying clients so that you only don't refer on, so that you're not only relying on referrals. Because social media is powerful. No, you're not seeming difficult, girl. It's your business, your choice. I'm not worried at all. Your business, your choice. You get to make your decisions. You're going to know what works best for you. But if you're telling me that things are not going the way that you want, I would just challenge you to like make a change. Focus in one area. The riches are in the niches, I promise you. And wedding photography is not a hard way to go. And I know you said that you don't travel, but for the right price, a 1 day trip and back, if someone's paying 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, people paying $10,000 for wedding photography, right? So for $10,000, we can have someone you trust babysit mom for 1 day so you can go fly to do the wedding and come back. You get what I'm saying, right? If you're gone for the day. But for the right price, you can get on a plane, go do your business, and be back home by, maybe it's the last flight out or even first thing that morning if you have someone that you trust that can watch your mom, right? Because people are paying thousands of dollars for wedding photography. So, in my opinion, if you want to go for money, I'm saying going for wedding photography because those people, okay, so I'm going to tell you the story. I went to my first business conference in 2019. And it was a white girl conference, okay? It was something that I had never experienced in my life. And there was a photographer there. I don't know if you heard of. Have you heard of Caitlin James? This was 2019. I didn't know anything about what I was stepping into. I had just started. I had my YouTube channel for like a year and a half, and I didn't know nothing about nothing. And I met Caitlin James, right? And this is in 2019. And I was just blown away at the types of services that these women were offering. And her wedding packages, $10,000 and up. And she was like, yeah, I think she only takes like 15. She was only taking, I saw it. She has classes. She had that membership, all the thing, right? She's like, yeah, I only do like 15 weddings a year. 15 weddings a year. She had a 2 or 3 year long wait list. Her packages were starting around 10,000. So she's making $150K a year base from 15 weddings plus her classes. So I know she was a millionaire off her classes, right? Because photographers were taking her classes out the wazoo. And those were hundreds of dollars, sometimes thousands of dollars for her coaching and her classes, right? So she was able to set herself up like that and only do 10, 15 weddings. The demand was there. And she was charging people $10,000 plus for her weddings. So if you want to go for the money, get to the money, I would say, sis, do weddings in your area. And I'd love to help you further with this, right? So I think the Content Cash Out membership will be great for you. I'd love to help you come up with a content strategy specifically based on what you want to do. But my biggest piece of advice would be pick one area, make that your focus. Again, still take your referrals, but pick one area, make it your focus, make it your niche, get really, really good at it, become really, really innovative in it. And yes, you start with your local area, but eventually someone's going to see your TikTok in Missouri and be like, okay, Tam, how much is it for me to fly you out for 48 hours to do my wedding? And if you're like, that will be $7,500 and it includes this and this and this. And if they say, okay, send me the invoice. And you're like, okay, you pay this amount now and you pay this amount the day before, week of, however you do it, right? If someone says yes to your price, then you do what you got to do to take care of your mama and you get your butt on the plane. You film the wedding, take pictures at the wedding. You send them their edits, you send them their stuff, and you just made $7,500, right? Like literally. So yeah, pick one area and go all in. If it's the sports, if it's the funerals, I don't care what you pick. But it needs to be something that you like, something that you enjoy, something that lights you up, right? Me and my sister talk about this, but it's got to be something that you would do for free, but you're not doing it for free. Like if I hit the lottery, I would spend my time going around the United States helping women with their businesses for free. I can't do that right now because I got bills, I got a kid, I got life. I can't do it for free. This is all you can get from me from free is this live. You can get a free live from me. When you get on my email list, I'm doing free Zoom trainings once a month on my email list. So if you're not on my email list and you're watching this, go to KristenMaximizer.com and click get on the email list. And I will be doing a free live training every single month for my email list only, right? That's all the free you can get from me because everything else, I got bills. I got to charge, right? But if I hit the lottery and I became a millionaire overnight, I would go around the US and I would help women start businesses, and I would help women market their businesses, and I would help women make money, and I would help women budget, and I would help women coupon. Because why are you paying full price for diapers and wipes and toilet paper when you don't have to? I would spend my time going around and teaching that. So I'm doing something that I absolutely love. And if I would became a millionaire today, I would do that for free. So I just want you to pick something that you enjoy doing that you can get the money from. Okay. So that brings me to my next tip for YouTube. Okay. Long form content. Long form content is not dead. I hear people talking about short, and you are so welcome. You are so freaking welcome. I hope this helps you. And I hope that you can get to the money this whole year. And if you want to work together, let's do it. The membership will be a great place for you. Now, long form content is not dead. People are watching movies. People still binge watch shows. People will sit and watch a full Netflix series in one day. And if the episodes are 45 minutes and you watch 10 of them, that's like 8 hours of content people have sat and watched at one point. People will watch a 30-minute YouTube video. People will watch a 45-minute YouTube video. I've watched an hour and a half YouTube video, right? So people are watching. Now, the reason why that is important is people need to know you, like you, and trust you in order to buy from you. In order for them to know you, like you, and trust you, they need to engage and consume your content. Now, if I post 2 15-minute YouTube videos a week and my audience watches half of each of those videos, let's just say they watch 7 minutes, they've spent 14 minutes with me. If I post 5 2-minute reels on Instagram and my audience watches 1 minute of it, they've only spent 5 minutes with me. So already in 1 week, they got 5 minutes versus 14 minutes. That's triple the amount of time that someone has engaged in my content on YouTube versus Instagram. Does this make sense? Tap the screen on TikTok if this makes sense. Yes, in the comments on YouTube if this makes sense, right? That's triple the amount of time that someone has spent with me. When I first started on YouTube, my audience felt like they knew me, right? I have been recognized in stores, in CVS and Walgreens and Target and Starbucks, at Disney. I was at Epcot with my daughter and a woman pulled me up and her husband was like, leave that lady alone. But she was like, oh my God, I watch your Walgreens videos. Like, I love your content. Like, I love you, because she spent hours with me. I had clients in my Money Saving Academy who were like, you have helped me go from spending $500 a week to $150 per week. You have saved me $1,000 a month just by joining this program. I invested $49 a month to work with you, and I've saved $1,000 a month. Do you hear that? That's insane, right? But long form content allows you to build that know, like, and trust factor. So when my audience was watching my YouTube videos, and I'm posting a 30-minute video 5 to 7 times a week, if they're watching 10 minutes of that 30-minute video, they've spent an hour with me in a week. Versus even if they watched all 2 minutes of my reels and I posted 7 reels, they've only spent 14 minutes with me versus an hour. At the end of the month, they've spent 4 hours with me and they've spent maybe an hour with me on YouTube. On Instagram. On Instagram, they spent a little under an hour. On YouTube, they've spent over 4 hours with me. YouTube is going to win every single time. So when they are ready to solve their problem and they're ready to pay for it, they're coming to me first because they feel like they know me, they like me, they trust me, and they trust that they'll get more of what they want from me. Because if they got all of this from my free content, imagine what they're going to get once they actually pay. And when people pay, they pay attention. I can give you free stuff all the time. I can give you free stuff every day. You're not going to take action. Oh, she said it, I'm going to try it. But when you pay me $5, $10, $15, $100, you're like, I need to get my money's worth. I have clients who drop $3,000 without thinking, like, hey, Crystal, I'm ready to work with you for 6 months. My one-on-one for 6 months is $3,000. And they're like, okay, sign me up, send me the invoice. Or month to month. My month to month one-on-one coaching is $500 a month. They pay their $500 a month and they show up and they do the work, they do their homework, all the things, right? Versus someone who will watch every one of my lives and they're like, she said it, but I'm not really going to do it. They have no skin in the game, right? So when you do long form content, your audience really builds that connection with you. And when they're ready to solve their problem, people will pay top dollar to have their problem solved. People will pay $10,000 for wedding photography. People will pay to have you flown out because they like the way you shoot. They like your personality. They like the way you edit. They will do that. People have paid $300 to talk to me for 90 minutes because they enjoy my content. They enjoy the free feedback that I've given them. They like the coaching. They like what they saw my other clients do, right? People pay to solve their problems every single day. And if they feel like you can help them get more of what they want, they will pay top dollar, right? There's certain things that I'll pay top dollar for. I don't care how much it costs. If it's going to give me more of what I want, I will pay for it, right? So long form content expedites that process. It speeds up the process of your ideal clients getting to know you. And that's what you want. You want your ideal clients to know you, like you, and trust you so that they will buy from you. And YouTube is like one of the best ways to absolutely do that, right? Next, I know I just talked about long form, but shorts on YouTube. Now, I fought making shorts on YouTube for like 2 years. Like, I don't need to do shorts, blah, 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 blah. But YouTube is pushing out shorts. But the thing I like about shorts is that shorts connect to your long form content. So if someone finds one of your YouTube shorts and they like it, your long form content is linked to it. So if someone likes a 2-minute short that I made and they want more of me, they can go to my channel and I have like 150 business videos that they can binge. If you really like that short, oh my God, you're going to love my YouTube channel. Versus on Instagram and TikTok, you don't have that connection. They have to scroll through your page and see all the things. Versus on YouTube, they can get exactly what they need. Does this make sense? Tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram if this makes sense. Yes, in the comments on YouTube and Facebook if this makes sense. Like, shorts will help grow your channel. It will help bring eyes. It will help give you exposure. But once they come for a short, they will stay for the long form. And again, the long form builds the know, like, and trust factor. And then the know, like, and trust factor leads them to become a paying client. Okay? The other reason why YouTube is the best platform for your business is that you can go live with very little restrictions. Now, I am the coach where I believe you need to show face to camera to market your business and make sales. You should be going live to market your business and make sales. Now, in the beginning, maybe not so much, but once you are established and you are creating content every single week, you should be going live anywhere from 2 to 4 times per month. Okay. You should be going live to engage with your audience. The number one way I make sales is on live, right? If you've been here and you saw what I did with Tam, that's a great opportunity for you to see, like, she could become a potential paying client because I gave her free help. It doesn't cost me anything to help people. It doesn't cost me to engage with my audience, right? The number one way I make sales is on live. Why? For this very reason. It's the most unfiltered version of myself, and it also is the best way for me to answer questions and give support to my audience. You can go comment on a YouTube video, and I respond to all of my comments, right? But it's not the same as if you get me answering your question on a live in real time. Engage and interact with your audience. I like to say that engaging with your audience is the same as if you had a brick and mortar store and someone walked in and they're like, oh my God, Crystal, I love what you did with the place. Tell me a little bit more about why you chose these light fixtures. If I just look at them and I'm like, thanks, they're going to be like, I asked you a question. Like, why did you choose these light fixtures? If I just say, thanks, they're going to walk out. And they shouldn't spend any money with me because I didn't engage with them. I didn't answer their questions. You would never do that if you're in your physical store and someone walked in and asked you about your light fixtures. You would talk to them, right? So you have to do the same on social media. Live gives you that opportunity. Sometimes your lives are going to be super chatty. Sometimes your lives are going to be super quiet. But the point is, your audience gets to see a real-time version of you and decide if they like you enough in order to pay you to help solve their problems. YouTube Live doesn't have as many restrictions as TikTok Live and Instagram Live and all the things. YouTube Live is much more chill. YouTube suggests your live to your current audience. Now, the one thing I will say is that TikTok pushes your live to the For You page and all the other people, versus on YouTube, it's mostly with your current subscribers, but new people can find you on live as well. But the fact that there's no restrictions, the fact that your live content stays as a long form video on your your live video stays on your page as a long form video is amazing. So that also helps with your watch time, and it also helps with your audience. When they find you, it gives them more things to binge. So I definitely love going live on YouTube. Now, right now, I'm live on all of my platforms. I'm live on TikTok, I'm live on YouTube, Instagram, both of my YouTube channels, and Facebook. I go live on all of them at once. Hey, Sam. I go live on all of them at once because it doesn't cost me anything extra to look at multiple screens, right? But back in 2019 and 2020, I was only going live on YouTube. And then I think it was in 2021 where I started going live on all the platforms at once, right? The next reason why YouTube is the best platform for your business is the description box. I talked about this on another live, and I think I did a YouTube video on it too. The description box is an underrated goal. On Instagram, on TikTok, you have a certain amount of characters that you can put in your caption. You cannot put links on the captions of Instagram and TikTok. You can put links on Facebook, but not on Instagram and TikTok, right? The description box is almost like another website. You get 5,000 characters, and that's a lot. That's a lot, okay? My description boxes are deep, and I think I barely scratched 3,000 characters. Now, the description box allows you to put in there any other socials you want your audience to connect with you with, links to your email list, links to subscribe, links to other playlists, links to other videos. There's so much you can put in the description box. Some people transcribe their full video and put it in the description box. You can put questions in there. You can put engaging things in there. I mean, the description box gives you so much, and also it helps with the SEO. If you're putting keywords also in your description box, when YouTube is pulling to see what content they want to serve the person who just searched for something, your description box also helps you. Versus on TikTok and Instagram, you can only put but so much. On YouTube, you have so much opportunity. The description box is gold, and no other platform can compete with the description box. Maybe Facebook, because you can write a dissertation on a Facebook video. You can write a dissertation on Facebook because Facebook was like the original Twitter, where we would just be writing statuses on Facebook, right? But you can also write a novel on Facebook and people will scroll. So I think Facebook's the only one that can kind of compete with the description box, but the description box is like no other, okay? The next reason why YouTube is the best platform, YouTube allows you to make multiple streams of income in one place. Now, when I started my YouTube channel back in 2018, I was like, okay, I know YouTube pays people. I don't know how it works, but I'm going to figure it out. I didn't have a product or service yet ready to sell, but I said, I'm going to figure this YouTube thing out and I'm going to get them to pay me. Now, what I know now is the multiple ways you can make money from YouTube. Number one is affiliates, meaning you share the details of a product or service that you're currently using and you get a commission from it, right? Maybe it's a flat rate commission, like, okay, you sell this hoodie. For every hoodie you sell, you get $3.50. Every person who clicks the link and buys the hoodie, you get $3.50. Or maybe you get 10% of your sales, right? So if people spend $1,000 clicking your link, you're going to get $100 because you get 10% of the sales. And YouTube's great for that because people are what? Going to the description box and they can click that link and you can get the affiliate commission. YouTube is also great because you can get paid directly from the YouTube platform, meaning Google will pay you once you reach a certain threshold, which is 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers within one calendar year, the watch time. And from that, they'll put ads on your videos. And when people watch the ads, you get paid from it. I've made like $40,000 from YouTube from people watching ads in the past. I've had my YouTube channel for what? This will be 8 years this fall. And I've been getting paid from it for 7 years, right? So like, That's huge. You can make money directly from the platform just from posting your videos. You also get a lot of brand collaborations. I will say 90% of the collaborations that I've done, and I've made six figures in collaborations over the years, 90% of my collaborations come from YouTube. And all of my collaborations are inbound, meaning I don't reach out to brands, brands reach out to me. And 90% of them have done it from YouTube. And then I'll say the other 8% has come from TikTok. And then 2% of people have seen me on Facebook or Instagram. But 90% of all brand collaborations that I've done have come from my YouTube channel. So it allows you multiple ways to make money. Instagram doesn't pay you that well directly from the platform. TikTok doesn't pay you as well as YouTube directly from the platform. So you get multiple streams of income when you use YouTube as your platform. So these are all the reasons why, in my opinion, YouTube is the best platform that you should be using for your business. When I made a pivot, remember I said in 2023, I made a pivot to being a business coach. I said, you know what? I'm going to start a second YouTube channel, not a second TikTok, not a second Instagram, not a new Facebook page. I started a new YouTube channel because I understand and I saw the power of YouTube, and I wanted to build a community and build an audience of ideal clients who wanted to start and grow their business and wanted to use social media. And I knew that YouTube was the best place to do that. My YouTube channel now, I think I'm at 1,300 subscribers on my Build a Business with Chris YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed, please stop what you're doing and go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. It's Build a Business with KRYS. Okay. And I post twice a week over there, fresh content. I post in daily shorts. We're 11 days in, and I'm happy to say I've been posting every single day a short. And I love it. And the YouTube channel is going to grow. My goal is to see if I can get to 3,000 subscribers this year and to see if I can get this channel monetized. So go watch a long form video. If you've enjoyed this content, let me know in the comments. Yes, was this helpful? Yes. Let me know in the comments. Was this helpful? And if you have any questions, I'd love to hear them. If you don't have any questions, I'd love to have you join my email list at christhemaximizer.com. Click on join the list. You'll learn more about when I go live. I send an email. When I post a new video, I send an email. And most importantly, details about my content cash out membership are going to be sent out via email as well. I do want to thank you all so much for joining me for today's live. I'm going to go take a quick break and get ready for my live welcome party with my content cash out members. I'm super excited. Let me make sure I'm not missing any questions. Okay. Hi. Cool. Thank y'all so much for watching. Girl, I don't know what I did. Okay, cool. Hey, Shamika, thank you so much for joining. So yeah, I will see you all. I should be live again tomorrow. See you soon, Sam. But yeah, thank y'all so much for joining, and I will see you later. Bye.